signaling to our bodies that we're ready to relax and ready to dive in and see what it has to tell us. And we do this by first putting on some healing frequencies. This is 432 hertz, which is relaxing to your nervous system and muscles. The breath, that's the quickest way to signal your body that you're ready to relax, ready to rest, and there's nothing to run from, is to take 2 breaths in and a long exhale. So we'll start off with that. Your breaths don't have to match mine. This is a signal to your body. You've taken care of everything that needs to be worked out or pressed pause. And this time right now is for you to go inside and do some work. This work's best done in a relaxed state. It'd be a great thing to do after Yoga Nidra if you have the time. And if you don't think you have the time, I invite you to think back on the energy you've spent, the time you've spent on a certain issue that keeps popping up. Even if you haven't been acting, think about the energy spent with your thoughts. So let's take some time now to listen to those thoughts, because they lead us to the body, and the body is what leads us to the answers, so that we can take the actions and be done giving our energy away to spaces that don't deserve it. So breathing naturally, noticing the rise and fall of your chest or belly, noticing how it's automatic, no effort. Nothing right now requires your effort. Your body's relaxed, heavy. Everything's cool, everything's safe. There's no problems. You might notice some sensations in your body, maybe some tension, maybe some physical pain. All of these are our teachers. Every emotion or physical ache can have information that can help us to help ourselves. Over time, we've become really disconnected from our bodies. It's not something we're taught as kids. We're taught to move away from that. We're taught to wait to go to the bathroom. We're taught to wait to eat what we want. We're taught to not sleep enough. We're taught to not listen to our bodies. So unraveling that is a great tool to get back into balance and to have more capacity for life. What we're going to do in this meditation is use our imagination, and this involves trust. It involves trusting your thoughts and trusting your body. Our imaginations are other things that we've gotten cut off from. So this might not be the easiest thing in the world. But I promise the more you do it, the more familiar it gets, the easier it gets, the quicker it gets. And you realize the value of this process quickly. So on this journey, we're going to first think of a person or an animal or a place where we feel safety in our bodies, where we really feel just content. How does that feel? And bring that feeling to your body by thinking of these people, pets, or places. For myself, I've come to call on my childhood dogs. I feel like they always were with me, and I always felt loved and cared for when they would try to protect me. Also, I have a place I go to in my mind on this cliff with a big crystal bathtub, and it looks over this valley of all these little houses, and I imagine the people I love in each little house, each of them doing something that they love to do. And knowing that everybody else's content helps me also settle. So basically what we're doing is asking these guides to be with us, to remind us that we're safe. And if nobody comes to mind and you can't think of anybody or anything, just know that you are protected. There is a circle of guardians around you at all times that want what's best for you. And they're there to help too. So basically what we're doing is assigning a picture to the sensations in our body. Even if it's just thinking of a color, that's a great first step. So we're going to check in and see which messages show up the loudest today, with our safe resource by our sides. If you have a physical pain in your body right now, or a situation that's been heavy on your mind, something that your thoughts keep pulling your energy to, something you've been disasterizing about, thinking the worst case scenario about, bring it to mind and feel it. Focus on that physical pain, or focus on the part of your body that moves when you think of the worst case scenario in this situation. Take a breath and feel where the breath maybe pulls or doesn't reach. And see if there's a color in that area. Keeping your breath natural and just picturing the color in your mind. Feeling the edges of the color. How far does it reach? Noticing if the color is solid, translucent, airy like a cloud, or thick like a brick of clay. And how much space in your body does this take up? Is it bigger than your hand? Is it tiny? Notice if this area has anything to say to you. Notice if you've felt this before. And using our imagination, we're going to do something interesting. We're going to pretend that we could embody that part. That this part of us, this pain or this sensation that arises due to our thoughts, that this part has a message. And we're going to learn the process of hearing it. So what you're going to do is you're going to actually become the part. Pretend like you are the part, and you feel everything it feels, and you see everything from its perspective. And as this part, if you could finish this sentence, the way it feels to be me is, maybe the answer surprised you, or maybe you couldn't come up with an answer, and that's okay. This whole process is foreign and needs to be repeated. But if you have the intention to figure some stuff out, this process, this felt sense meditation, can be life-saving. So again, as this part, finishing a sentence, what I really feel is, and if this part can't really express its feelings, then let's finish this sentence. What I need is, and another, what I wish was understood is, and how it feels to say these things is, and see if there's anything else that this part needs to convey, anything else it needs to show you. And then remember where you are in the room that you're in, and come back to your own body and physically feel all the places where your body meets the support underneath it. Take a deep breath and a long exhale. And notice, looking back at that part, that there's a stream of colored energy this part is sending right to your heart. Take a minute to breathe and to think about how you feel about this part and about this energy. How does it feel to receive this energy? And how did it feel to hear the part's perspective? Do you feel like you have a deeper understanding of why this feeling might be trying to tell you something? Take a minute to communicate with the part. And to let it know, thank you, I understand. Tell the part what you understand. If you realize now, let that part know. Now step back into being the part again and receive the energy from the body in the same way that the part sent energy to the body. What is the body sending to you as the part? Is there a color of this energy? Is there a vibrancy? A healing quality? This is a symbiotic relationship between the part and your body. These are important signals that you can learn to read, learn to make sense of, learn to embrace, and learn to let them move on in their own time, not your time. When these things are understood, they seem to shift. And you might notice now that the part is a little bit different from when you first checked in. So now, being back to being the part and receiving this energy flow from the body, tell yourself from the part's perspective what you understand. Tell yourself how it feels to understand this. And give yourself space now to meet with this part, to converse back and forth, before ultimately getting back in your body, back to the room. Take as much time as you need. I'd highly suggest listening to some healing frequencies for this process, staying in a relaxed state. This doesn't have to be long and drawn out. You may have gotten the message loud and clear. If that's the case, I hope you enjoyed this meditation, and we'll revisit it when you sense that there's other things that your body's trying to tell you.